Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the semifinals of the Overwatch Intramurals Winter Semester 2026. I'm here joined by my co-host Fresh, and we're here for an exciting day of Overwatch here. Are you excited to watch the game?
I am absolutely hyped. We have the top two seeded teams going at it, so I am hoping for a very entertaining and very back and forth series.
Yeah, these teams have been tearing it up so far in the regular season and here in this sort of bracket postseason. And as you said, this is the number 1 and number 2 seeds, so whoever wins this one has a really decent shot at ending up winning it all in the finals. So this is a really important test for both of these teams, just as a test of their talent to see where they're at as the winner goes on to a safe position in the grand finals.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, and speaking of the teams, our first team is Gengsters, spelt with an E, where we have Bearfu and QE handling the DPS positions, Kirsten and I Like Chicken handling down the heals in the support role, and of course, Dark Spark, the single tank, keeping the team alive and frontlining.
Ooh, I'm excited to see some of Bearfu's signature DPS, Genji, and Dark Spark's monumentally talented Doomfist. I don't know why we have Diva on the stream, to be frank, but I think we're going to see some Doomfist and we're going to see some Genji today from out of Gangsters. So if we look on to the next team here, and we're looking at Phant0mz. We have our Grumpy Mook and Perry holding it down on the DPS. We got Gesture on tank, and we've got Computer, OW, and Dr. Tony on the support line.
Yeah, which just looking at the these like top heroes for these players, who do you think has a more how should I put this interesting team? Just looking at their heroes that are displayed here.
Well, okay, I'm going to be entirely frank. I don't think that the choices these players have made is actually indicative of what they're going to play. I think Computer is a very talented Ana. I have a feeling that we're going to see that a lot. Grumpy Mook is, as maybe some long-term fans saw, he is a fantastic Bastion, which he carried his team with to as he is currently the reigning champion of Overwatch intramurals on that character. So I have a feeling we may see that come out today. Not sure if that's the team comp they're going to run with, but this seems certainly interesting. While on the other side, we have a very dive-centric sort of Doomfist or sort of Wrecking Ball for the Darkspark, and certainly the Genji coming out of Barefoot at some point.
Yeah, and with that, we have our bans. So we have Cassidy getting banned on the side of Gangsters, and Phant0mz have opted for the Lucio ban. So a hit scan and a pretty, heavy support heal. Lucio's a very versatile support.
Yeah.
Being able to utilize AoE heals, AoE speed boost for the team, get them in there. So I think these are some very good bans for the first game.
Yeah, this is indicative of what they want to do with, and given that we're going to Lijiang Tower, maybe they're just taking that boop out of the equation, given that some environmental kills are in order, especially on submaps like Gardens, to remove that question mark, and if someone embarrasses himself with a big boop, or just removing that, as you mentioned, very important speed boost, taking that away from the playing field as we start to get ready for the loading into the map.
Yeah, and with that, I think we're just mere moments away. However, I think yeah, sorry, apologies, folks. We have a little bit of a technical difficulties, and by technical I mean player issue, but we will be getting into the action very, very shortly. So
bit of a false start there. We have a Barefoot disconnect. All good. He's on his way back. There seems just a small hiccup as we make our way into the first submap, and we'll find out shortly what the first submap is going to be. As you said, we have sort of storylines to focus on here. We have Grumpy Mook and Perry, his duo, Grumpy Mook's duo, that is. They are this time they are the DPS duo, but they are, again, the reigning champions of the Overwatch intramurals here at University of Toronto. So they've certainly been here before. They perform well under pressure. They've proven themselves in the postseason. Those are who I'm gonna have my eye out on tonight. That's not to mention, of course, we have the world famous president of University of Toronto Esports, Kirsten, on the back line for Gangsters. So
yeah, I'm going to be interested to see how she goes. And speaking of which, we are now ready to go into the first map of this series.
Like it's going to be Gardens. And never mind. As you see, the bans have not gone through.
Apologies, folks. The bans must be made. Apologies again on the tech side. However, it would
go to Night Market. Never mind again.
Never mind. We are in Night Market.
Okay, where you got a lovely stream production here for you guys tonight.
Yeah, honestly, as we see with 10 seconds left before the heroes must get assembled, we see chat going off. It seems there is Hot Pot on the line.
Yes.
Losers paying for Hot Pot. So we will see, and we are 30 seconds away. And as we see on the side of Phant0mz, we have Grumpy Mook on the Tracer, Perry on one of the new heroes, Emre. Jester has opted for a Ramatra. Computer is playing Kiriko, and Dr. Tony is playing Wu Yang. And on the side of Gangsters, Droid, if you will.
We've got Barefoot just queuing for a quick TP, Kelly on the Sojourn, Darkspark on the Diva, and Kirsten on that Kiriko, and I Like Chicken on another new hero, that is the Mizuki, as we take the first team fight here on the courtyard. Just a little bit of poke damage here, as Darkspark does fall low, but he's just hiding around this lion here, just waiting for a bit of healing as he makes his way over to the point. We see Grumpy Mook taking this off angle to challenge Kelly's position, as it looks that the Gangsters have made their way onto the point mostly as a group, and Grumpy Mook gets his recall forced.
Yeah, looking like both teams are gonna they're trying to get control of the point super early. However, who's gonna get the first pick? It's gonna be Grumpy picking off QE, Perry picking off Chicken. It's gonna be Grumpy yet again, double kill on Kirsten. Triple, a quad. Never mind, an ace.
And Darkspark looks to go for the quick reset, as unfortunate first team fight there for the Gangsters, as they look for a regroup and a quick adjustment, as we see Grumpy Mook here taking a bit of an off angle, hiding just to maybe get a quick jump on the back line, force out some of those resources. He does show his position there, and Kelly manages to find a pick on Dr. Tony from a distance.
Yeah, losing a support is not something you want to see this early. However, Bearfoo is also going to get Jester. That's two huge, the tank and support down for Phant0mz, and that's going to be a third pick by Bearfoo. And
yes, very well played there from the Gangsters. They just apply a little bit of pressure. They wait for their DPS to find their picks, and slowly but surely they just manage to win back their position. You'll see Grumpy Mook hiding away in a corner.
Grumpy's trying to play sniper. New meta tracer.
Have his pulse bomb in about 2%. Kelly finds another pick, though it's traded quickly back. Bearfoo goes down. Kelly finds another pick. He is winning this team fight for his team here.
Almost
Grumpy Mook looks
to
look for the back half, but is denied at the last second, as we look to go into our first ultimate team fight here.
Yeah, right now, I mean, Phant0mz has almost all their ults minus the Wu Yang. This could be an insane turnaround, as the Kitsune rushes the first to go down on the side of computer. Chicken has also lost the Ramatra ults. Oh my goodness, so many ults are going live. However, can either team capitalize? It's going to be two picks for both teams. The DPSs on all teams are down. However, Chicken's going to pick off Jester for the tank. Phant0mz can't really do much with their tank down, as Gangsters are able to secure.
Yeah, but it looks like a 2-for-3 ultimate trade. 2-for-3 ultimate trade there for the side of Gangsters, but it does give them the to maintain control of the point there. As we see Perry rip the Sojourn ultimate. Let's see if he can find a pick. Darkspark going in very deep to look to deny it, but he does give up his mech for it and ends up using the self-destruct to get it back. Kelly does trade back what seems to be a lost team fight here for the Gangsters, as Phant0mz gets back on the point, and they look to set up for their next engagement, as both teams wipe their ultimates clean as we go back into a neutral team fight.
Yeah, that's something you never want to see, unfortunately, when you're, especially as a support. Kirsten really thought she was going to get, you know, a bit more value out of that Kitsune rush. Unfortunately, Gray, hold on.
Okay, there goes Perry goes down his distance, as we see the flex support duel going down, as Grumpy Mook as Bearfoo gets the better of Grumpy Mook. I read that wrong.
Yeah. Bearfoo and Kirsten picking off a DPS and a tank, as very quickly Gangsters are going to regain control of the point. Very even so far. We're seeing back and forth. We're seeing ults for ults, tanks for tanks.
Yeah.
And right now it is resulting in a very entertaining and very, you know, hard-fought and smart-making team fights.
Yep, let's see if the Phant0mz are able to make their way onto the point for a point fight on the point. I Like Chicken is almost getting his ultimate here. That's just going to be very powerful, and both teams are going to be stacked on the point. And he popped it right away.
Recall.
Do they get a second touch? Yes, they do. Computer Overwatch with a trade, but it does seem like Gangsters will come out on top. Very well played. 100% to 82%.
Nice attempts from Grumpy. She's trying to use tracers, you know, dashes and recall to his advantage. He's trying to get in, see if he can get a little bit of cap progress, and try to get the team fights away from the front line and more so on points. Forces a lot more close fights like that.
It does seem like the picks from Kewi and sometimes Bearfoo is what's taking the defense away from Phant0mz. We saw maybe 2, maybe 3 times where Kelly just gets a long distance shot at a support in the back line, or Barefoot wins that trade against Grumpy Mook, and that was what gave them the point. Let's see if there's any adjustments here. Looks like more of the same. I Like Chicken does move on to the Wu Yang here. And we are seeing a Moira out of Dr. Tony.
Yeah, so we're seeing 2 support picks. However, we still have the Kiriko mirror match, as well as, forgive me, we have 3 mirror matches. We have Kiriko and Tracer, as well as Sojourn. Oh my goodness, Grumpy Mook has fallen off the map, and unfortunately, that's going to even up the odds.
Both Tracers are down. This is an even fight, technically.
However, Phant0mz look like they might have the advantage. Getting 1 pick on Kirsten. There is no more supports. Jester showing no mercy. Triple kill.
Triple kill for Jester, and a distraction play from Grumpy Mook, as I'm not quite sure what happened there.
200 IQ outplay. See, you know what he did? He baited, wanting them to burn their resources, and right away just fell off the map. It was a 200 IQ play. Nobody could have seen it coming.
Here we see Barefoot controlling this white room here at the side as they look to take a fight from the indoors here.
Tracers are going at it. Who's gonna get it? Will it be Barefoot? Will it be Grumpy? It seems that the recall is coming.
Oh, and Barefoot comes out on top.
As he picked up his 2nd upgrade. Kiwi also at both perks. Oh, this could be dangerous. This could start turning. However, Jester is extremely close to ult. And he's unfortunately going to get the trade that they were looking for. And the ult. Can he get more than 1 pick and hold the point? He is going to be able to do it. He's going to go with beautifully. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Unfortunately, Dark just got caught out and demech'd so quickly. As we see, Spark has now changed for another dive tank. We see the tankier and a bit more engaged, sustain heavy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, as we see,
oh, it looks like Barefoot's trying to replicate
they're looking for more pigs here. Oh, the Moira ultimate does come out, but there is a Wuyang bubble to respond, and Barefoot picks up another kill here. Jester with the heroics here, always looking for that trade. Kelly goes down, he fights 2. Somehow, some way, Phant0mz is still in this team fight.
With no ults used, by the way. That was an insane play. Darkspark's gonna barely make it out with his life, but he's gonna have to make a touch. There's only 3% left. Phant0mz. Oh, he got caught on the pillar.
Oh, he still manages to find it. There he is looking at the overclock here. Kirsten does have the Kitsune rush to engage, but let's see who bites first. Darkspark does go down first. The Kitsune does get ripped, but it's a little bit too late, perhaps. And it looks like we have ourselves a tied game here on Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, we're going into the 3rd sub-map. This is what you expect, though, from the top 2 teams. For the semis, you don't want blowouts. At least for me, I enjoy these. We're getting an entertaining game. We're seeing, you know, team fights come down to split-second ult decisions. As we see Phant0mz just kind of shooting around at the objective for no reason. However, I want to say the pick swaps have been definitely impactful. As we saw, you know, Phant0mz kind of changing up the support. They opted, you know, Tony going for the Moira. I definitely think helped out a lot more, as it's allowed, you know, a lot more dive potential. You know, Moira is a type of hero that can go in, do a bunch of damage, do a bunch of healing, and get out quick. And that's exactly the kind of team comp we've been seeing from Phant0mz thus far, as we've seen team fights already going.
Oh, another Tracer 1v1. Let's see which way it goes this time. Grumpy Mook does already have the recall forced, and Barefoot gets the better of him. Unfortunately, this time, Kelly with another pick from downtown, and it looks like this is going to be a quick and dirty deal for the Gangsters, as they probably make their way onto the point here. Jester does look for his signature trades after picks, but unfortunately it doesn't go his way, and Gangsters are on the board. Kelly with another pick from downtown.
Holy, I didn't even think he was aiming for Tony at that point. However, we're gonna see, honestly, predicted shot, and that's so sick, as Kirsten is super low. Will Phant0mz be able to get a pick off of them? Doesn't quite look like it, as Kirsten's able to heal up, stay healthy. Gangsters trying to stay alive. Dark Space is trying to take the space. However, the Jester just keeps pushing in as QE gets it. Perry is on a Dan killing spree, folks. As we see a headshot from Perry on QE. She is doing phenomenal this game thus far. Oh, the defense matrix, a major block. However, she's going to get D-Mech. Computer's going to pick off Dark. Gangsters is down their tank. And unfortunately with that, however, who is touching the point? Who is the legend? Bearfu! Oh my goodness, Bearfu the legend. Oh, the recall just a split second too late. The pulse bomb goes out. Oh my... The insane cleanse bomb from Computer to save Grumpy.
This team fight still going. Jester loses his ultimate.
Grumpy's gonna pick off Chicken this time. Person's gonna pick off Grumpy, however, it looks like this team fight is still anybody's game at the moment. Or should I say it's going lopsided? Gangsters able to completely come back, reconstruct, rebuild, and their forces proved enough. My goodness,
monumental stall from Bearfu.
Yeah, honestly, Bearfu stall. I want to talk about Computer throwing the Kiriko cleanse at the perfect time to save Mook from that initial bomb. As the Kitsune Rush goes live from Computer and Curse, we have double Kitsune Rushes going live. Both teams are just on steroids right now. However, it looks like Kirsten's was a bit more effective than Computer, as Dark Spark's gonna pick up not one, not two, but 3 kills.
As we look to this final engagement here, we see Dark Spark holding up a little bit far just to maybe prevent them from getting a decent touch. Parry is the win condition here for Phant0mz, as we see Bearfu almost with his pulse bomb.
Touch.
Jester does look for a pick, and they do touch.
The complete. Oh my goodness!
If Parry survives this,
QE, can she do anything with the ult? She can.
She doesn't even
just dropped it. And unfortunately, the bomb, Diva Bomb's not gonna get much as Phant0mz regain control. Oh my goodness, Parry didn't even need all. She is a monster.
And now the sort of question is flipped now. Phant0mz already. Phant0mz has 3 other ultimates online here. And Kewi lets one rip just early just to see if he can find a pick. Jester is held up a little far, but he does use his ultimate to survive. Kewi can find another pick from a distance. As we see the support ultimate from I Like Chicken come out just to survive this Ramattra ultimate, as Ramattra does
just gonna get one. Bearfu and Jess and QE picking off the stragglers.
Barring some miracles from Parry, this probably is going to go the way of Gangsters.
Oh, Parry doing 1, Parry getting 2. Bearfu is gonna get 3 picks though, and that will do it. Never mind. Hold on, Jester, the last second, running in just as the round was about to end. However, he cannot stay alive long, as Grumpy's also gonna get picked. They're just straggling in one at a time. They're split, and Gangsters will take game 1 of this series. A tremendous effort from both teams.
Wow. I think we do have to give it to the DPS, especially Kewi, for a couple times in that game where he just rips it from downtown and takes the head off somebody. And those are the crucial picks that gives
I gotta agree.
The crucial picks that go the way of Gangsters to give them the advantage. Ultimately, we saw again some heroics from the tank of Phant0mz, looking for trades where he can, looking to exploit the perhaps overexcitement as they see picks and they go in head first to try and make the most of those picks. But ultimately, it was Gangsters that came up on top thanks to those crucial DPS.
Yeah, honestly, looking at the DPS, I mean, all of them were playing out of their mind. Especially like we said, QE just chef currying it from downtown, and it's just insane the type of hits he was hitting. But you also gotta give it to look at Parry too. She was very effective in this match, playing nothing but Sojourn the entire time. The overclock ultimate, just being able to get from 0 to 100 so quick in the snap of a finger and take off the head of a squishy. that can be the difference between, you know, a team fight win and a team fight loss. If there's a low enough, you know, hero, a quick headshot from an overclock Sojourner is going to take him out of the fight.
Yeah, as I think we were seeing this so far is looking like a game of the damage heroes. Let's see if the other roles come into the light to make a big impact. We did see some important ultimates coming out of players like I Like Chicken, making sure that they survive um, making sure they survive the fights on point with those key Mizuki ultimates as we begin to make our way soon into the next maps. We're just waiting on, just as a quick recap of the rules here, because Team Phant0mz ended up going down, they will have priority in picking a map. They can pick any unplayed map type, and they can pick the first ban. And crucially, if they ban a role, the other team is unable to ban unable to ban a hero from that same role. So if they think that something is a key to their success, they can ban a random hero. Maybe if we see a Lifeweaver ban, that probably does not indicate that they were scared of Lifeweaver, but rather that they're looking to protect one of their supports from being banned, for example.
That's true. And with that being said, we have our second map. We have Circuit Royale.
I think we're putting our trust in Perry here. I think that's a play. We're putting our trust here on the long-range hit scan, just to make a difference on this long-range map. Perhaps we're expecting perhaps we have some strength in the Sigma role or other poke tanks. We'll see how they choose to play this one out.
Yeah, poke champs definitely have a poke and longer range champs definitely have more of an advantage on a map like Circuit Royale, especially the uphill part and the initial push. You know, you really need to be able to either deny or close that gap. And long range champs are going to really take advantage of that more than, you know, melee champ, such as you know, Ramacha or something. Well, Ramacha's mixed, but takes away his giant form, for example. As I think we're gonna
look into the bans to see what perhaps we might be looking at soon. But yeah, just to note, the Circuit Royale, although nominally a poke map, that's not to say that other compositions are impossible. We do sometimes see some dives. If we see a very fast dive just to cross those long distances quickly, teams can make it work. So we'll see what kind of team comp is going to be used here. It looks like they've elected to go for a Kiriko ban as on the side of Phant0mz, and I'm not sure. We're just waiting on the Gengsters. We're just waiting on the Gengsters to make their pick. What do you think of this Kiriko ban?
I think it's extremely logical. I mean, we've seen both Kirsten and Computer utilize Kiriko to her absolute max. Amazingly timed bombs, amazing heals, and getting a few sticky picks. But the biggest factor was 100% the Kitsune rushes. As we see the second ban come out for Gangsters, it's going to be a Sigma ban.
All right, we're removing the default tank here on Circuit Royale. Maybe perhaps throwing Spanner into the works here for the side of Phant0mz. I wonder if they're going to pivot. They still have the Ramatra. It's not a terrible poke tank. He can still sort of shield his team off, kind of shoot his staff from a distance, get some decent ult charge that way. But we'll see how they choose to go forward with this.
Yeah, and as we enter into the second game, this is exciting. Who do you think is going to take this second game? I think the first one was very close.
Oh, I mean, to go to a map like Circuit Royale, such a, you know, one of one map, I think it does indicate that Phant0mz is cooking up a plan here. They think that given everyone's hero pool that they have the advantage here. So we'll see if that decision is going to pay off as we get our first look at the defenders here on the side of Gengsters.
Oh, it looks like we have a mirror match. Perry and QE both opting for a Hanzo pick. However, we see Darkspark return to the Diva. We'll see if that switches throughout the game. But we have on the side of Phant0mz yet another new hero for this season. We have the amazing wall lady herself, Dominia.
Yeah, we got a Domina. I should have mentioned that this is, of course, I'm not quite used to the new heroes, evidently, but yes, we do have another poke tank in the in the lineup. That's not called Sigma. Here we see a double sniper rollout here for the side of Phant0mz. Let's see if they decide to stay on it or if they're just looking for a quick pick.
And just like we were talking about, you know, we see a lot of long-range champs. We've got QE, we've got Grumpy, definitely the one taking the most advantage out of that with the Widow pick. This is very interesting. However, QE's gonna draw first blood on Dr. Tony, and it's gonna force
what he's been doing for this for the entire map so far, just finding the heads of the enemy team. Although Jester does manage to sort of keep this push alive.
Oh my goodness!
Probably soon backing out.
The Baptiste immortality field really saving Jester there for a split second. However, is it going to be enough?
Oh, Darkspark does kind of go deep, get shielded off, and there goes the tank on the side of Gengsters as Gengsters has to give a little bit of space.
My goodness, yeah. Holy, Jester picking off chicken. Yeah, you were saying yet another poke champ in the lineup is definitely going to be, you know, widen a bunch of play opportunities and make a bit more strategic bans for a map like this. As Jester's going to pick off QE, going in, looking for blood, pushing the Mei away. Verfu just unable to do anything as Dominia's going to get her first perk.
Yeah, here we see the Mei caught in a difficult corner there. Ooh, just missing, just outside the boot range there. Grumpy Mook does come in with a crucial headshot on the flex support as Kirsten goes down there, and Bearfu soon follows, and I think we're going to see a rather hasty capture on the side of Phant0mz here, as now they look for chases.
Yeah, very, very, you know, easy first point for Phant0mz to take here. I mean, they just had no mercy. They pushed in, they took the space. That's the thing with this team comp. We've noticed this. The ability for Baptiste to jump around and, you know, Zenyatta to just safely sit in the back line, put Harmony or put Discord is just so impactful in a way that I feel like a lot of people underutilize, especially Baptiste's jump. It's really allowing for Jester to get in there. However, QE just disgusting, picking off Grumpy as the dragon is gonna go live. However, will it do anything in deny space? It will not, as Phant0mz is gonna continue pushing in the car. As
Darkspark goes in for a kill.
Darkspark gonna do anything. 3 ults gone live, 4 ults gone live. Person popped it. Oh my goodness. The ult, the destruction, the team plays. Absolutely immaculate. Team ace by Phant0mz to continue the dominance they've been displaying this match thus far. As unfortunately, Darkspark just can't do anything. Jester's got everybody's number. Even Bearfu is a Lucio. Oh, not Lucio, sorry. It's
Bearfu takes another support ultimate here to try and turn this fight around, but I don't think it's going to work. I just want to mention the fantastic decision by Jester to use the Domina ultimate on the nanoed Genji. Just a great heads-up play just to not necessarily even look for a kill, just to put that shield around the Genji so that Nano does not kill his backline. A great heads-up play.
Yeah, no, I agree. The Nano Blade has been a bread and butter for 10 years of this game. And, you know, for Jester to be able to identify that and completely shut it down with his ult, beautiful. Obviously, the D.Va ult's going to go live. He's going to get any picks. It won't. Bearfu, however, going to pick off Perry. Grumpy going to pick off Bear. Chicken's going to pick off Jester. The K's are going left and right. Darkspark's going to pick off Dr. Tony. They're going to chase down Computer. However, he's going to get away with his life. The Cassidy coming in. Grumpy does not want to allow any more picks and staggers.
Yeah. As they back off, and they have 4 minutes in the time bank here as they make their way back towards the point.
Yeah, one thing that's really interesting to know with Domina
Oh, goodness.
is, oh my, Kiwi, Bearfu, Chicken, Bearfu again, and that is going to be a 2.
Fantastic play there for to shut down the Baptiste window. He drops it and immediately perishes, and the big deflect, and other quick kills quickly wraps up the team fight. As now we move back towards. Yeah, we moved back towards the point here. We have Kirsten almost at another nano boost. Kelly is gonna slow down the team fight here with a Dragon Strike, which does find Dr. Tony. Jester trades back onto the Genji. The D.Va is dropping really low. It does look like that's a 1-for-2 trade, and the team fight goes on. And looks like Phant0mz got the better of them there. And we're gonna move into our next corner as perhaps Kirsten looks to nano a target just to stop the advance here.
Yeah, however, the Dominion ult yet again going live. Once again, the beautifully timed Dominion ult. As Dark has now opted to switch for a Reinhardt, we're going to see Grumpy, unfortunately, not able to do anything with the Cassidy Deadeye. As Kirsten pops again, the nano on Bearfu with no blade, just enough to try and get him out. Can he pick up? Grumpy is picked off by the Bearfu.
Yes, he takes a big investment there from the side of Gengsters to use both support ultimates, and it doesn't even quite win them the team fight.
Oh my god, Perry! She has their number, the quadra 2! And that is going to secure this first round. The desperate touch. And 12 kills done. What an amazing aim display by Perry. She just completely decimated.
Hashtag Perry sweep in the chat.
Hashtag indeed. That was nasty. We saw 1, then 2, then 3. And she just used the sonar arrow to headshot for the quadra. What an insane display of teamwork and ult ingenuity for Phant0mz this round.
What a fantastic play from Phant0mz there, finishing the map with 2 minutes to spare. I think we saw both in 2 separate team fights that Bearfu uses up both of his support ultimates and doesn't quite find all the value you'd want out of that. Of course, the first one went the way of as a sort of ultimate trade with the Domina ultimate, and the second one was a nano Genji, not even a nano blade, just a nano Genji to look for a pick, which only finds Grumpy Mook on the high ground as promptly after Perry finds the head of 3 people. So we'll see if the Gangsters find a bit more success with the support ultimates next time. Maybe Bearfu doesn't use up all of them. Maybe we can see the tank take the nano. That could be a possibility. We'll see what adjustments are made as Phant0mz is sticking with this double sniper team comp, and looks like they're not making too many adjustments. Stick with what works.
We see the first major switch on QE, no longer playing the Hanzo, giving that role to Bearfu, as QE is going to go for the Freya. However, will it be enough? As you said, Phant0mz has made no team comps. Hey, if it works, it works. When broke, don't need fixing. However, it's looking like we are seeing deja vu. However, this side, on the side of Gangsters, they're just going to keep pushing in, not able to do much. Grumpy not able to get any picks. And neither is Huey so far. We have almost no blood drawn, and we are 45 seconds into this second round of this game.
This is a similar situation where ultimately both teams are trying to sort of spook each other with those long-range DPS, as Darkspark does not quite fine there, and he is still kind of okay. He heals back up, and now it's the first corner hold here for the side of Phant0mz. They drop the shield in the corner, and they just look to they just slowly look for picks.
Yeah, right now Grumpy's trying to play back, but Huey knows that he's got to play safe. If he's not careful, he's going to get a quick one-tap to the head. However, it looks like Darkspark is not going to allow that to happen as he jumped on Grumpy Nuke. Oh, and unfortunately D-Mech, but I think he gave enough space. Oh, the double pick on Grumpy and Dr. Tony! And Kirsten's gonna pick up Jester!
Fantastic play there. Fantastic play there from the side of Gangsters. Parry does find a trade back, but it's ultimately not enough. Darkspark goes in early, gets the backline low, does trade the mech for it, but that's all you need to do. You've done your job. What a great play there from the side of Gangsters to close it out. Now, Kawi.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Can we talk about that ult from Gangsters? He was just intending to aim for Grumpy Mook, but it looks like unfortunately Tony got caught in the blast range.
Ooh. Here we see that we have a couple ultimates ready here for the side of Gangsters. There's I Like Chicken with the ultimate.
Oh, and
They use the nano onto I Like Chicken just to keep him alive there. He does find a kill.
Oh my god, the supports are going crazy! And Phant0mz another pick!
What an immaculate play there. No fear.
Like, oh my.
Parry does find the trade back, but what a great play there from both supports on the side of Gangsters. No fear, I got it, you know? Just to give those that support ultimate to your fellow support just to keep them alive, and he ends up finding 2 more.
Yeah, honestly, for a second, I was there, was like, what is Kirsten doing? But clearly, Chicken knew exactly what to do. He was living, he was tanking as he. Darkspark finally has the Diva Bomb. However, what can be done? As Dr. Tony's gonna pop the Zenyatta ult.
Transcendence.
Unfortunately, not much can do. Transcendence is gonna be a pop. However, it looks like Parry is opting for 1 pick after popping the Diva Bomb going out. We're gonna see a huge play. We're not. However, it's gonna get rid of the immortality field. QE getting grumpy again. QE getting 2 picks again. As Darkspark is not gonna let Freya get away. Or Hanzo, I should say. Parry, unfortunately, put down by the Diva mech. Oh my.
We are seeing 2 just steamrolls on offense here. Both teams kind of struggling to put their foot down on this defense. Here we see that Jester has got caught out just a little bit. He got the forward spawn while his team got the back spawn. So unfortunately, he is going to be staggered just a little bit there as we look into another 2 support ultimate engagement here from the side of Gangsters. Let's see if they'll be able, maybe Jester will be able to charge the ultimate again on the other dominant ultimate to shut that down, but we'll see if it comes online in time.
Yeah, honestly, like you said, last game was a game of DPS. I think this game has been a game of supports. I'm sorry, Kirsten, Chicken, Computer, and Tony have just been utilizing their ults, their characters' kits so well. And is it gonna be
Darkspark.
a big Darkspark? The Nano on the Genji again with no blade. However, just keep him alive. Can he do anything? Unfortunately not. Parry's gonna shoot down Bearfu. Jester taking down the D-Mech. Parry, she is going on another Hanzo rampage.
Point still rolling. As he finds an exit kill. I Like Chicken with the exit kill, but ultimately the point
Chicken went down with a fight. So not very much like their name, but damn. As we see Grumpy and Parry, we have both DPS ults on the side of Phant0mz. Oh, we're gonna see huge plays. I think we're gonna see both the Overclock and the Dragon go live. Oh, just as I say that, Grumpy has popped the Overclock. Oh, Chicken popped the ult on Bearfu. The Transcendence also goes live. The ults, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 ults live. The D-Mech coming. Are they gonna get? Jester's gonna pick off Darkspark. Unfortunately, yet again, down Gangsters with no tank and no DPS.
Great hold there from the side of Phant0mz. They invest 2 ultimates, but ultimately, when both teams aren't quite looking at a great ultimate advantage, you take that. You live to keep fighting another team fight, as we see the side of Gangsters taking this high ground as their first engagement.
Gangsters trying to take the high ground, but they've got both Huey and Bearfu both have the blade and the stun, or
bullet shot.
Stun, sorry, bullet shot, I should say. We're gonna see how they use them. Oh no, Dark is gonna make it out alive thanks to Curtin and Chicken. However, what is gonna happen as a result?
Finds the head.
Oh, unfortunately, Bearfu's not able to get out. Huey popped the ult though. Jester finding Dark Spark as Phant0mz lives yet again.
There's just relatively small investment in there from Gangsters. You won't be too upset about that fight. Just a quick regroup as they look to finally have this Nano Blade combo. Let's see what Barefoot can do with it.
We're gonna see the Nano Blade, and then oh, Jester is 10% to the ult. If they pop it out, they got Diva Bomb, they got the Genji ult, they've got Nano Blade. The Nano Blade goes live. He's gonna get, can he get one? That's gonna be one pick on parry. Oh, the minion ult came out though a little too late. Unfortunately, the Genji, oh my goodness, the stall on top. Phant0mz not gonna be able to touch. They force the round 3. However, oh my goodness. Sorry, I had to calm down from that. That was a massive Nano Blade from the combo of Kirsten and Barefoot to just stall out. Unfortunately, Jester did not have the Dominion ult up in time to shut it down. But nonetheless, we are going into 3rd round. And yet again, we are going to see Gangsters just on the defense, or on the offense, sorry.
Yeah, we'll see Gangsters here on the offense. Ultimately, both teams we saw with relatively fast first and second points there, and but ultimately Phant0mz did get a semi-decent defense on the 3rd point as they finally managed to pull themselves together and hold it out. But as we previously discussed, Barefoot and Kirsten finally sync up their ultimates to look for that big Nano Blade, and that ultimately threatens them, finds enough picks, and they manage to crack it open, and now they're looking at their 2nd offense here. Let's see how they do it.
Yeah, we're seeing very same tank and almost same DPS picks, as Grumpy has not opted to go for the Emre. Oh, but it looks like they're doing what you need to do. They're trying to get in. They know they only have a minute. They can only push so far. They need to take as much space as they can. Otherwise, they are going to open up the opportunity for Phant0mz to win and even up this series at 1 apiece.
Yeah, here we see that. You see Grumpy Milk, as you say, on the Emre. Let's see if he can find anything with it. But Jester does quickly make quick work of Genji over there, as they do have enough time for a quick regroup as they make their way back onto the point. No ultimates just yet coming into play, but with 10 seconds to go, let's see if either team wins this neutral fight.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Gangsters, that's a very unfortunate pick. Oh, it's gonna be 1 pick for Gangsters.
Wow.
As Huey's gonna pick off the immortality.
Great play there. Great play there from Darkspark just to look for the isolated kill. And now Phant0mz has no choice but to back off a little bit. Maybe they can look to charge their computer could be able to charge his ultimate, but it doesn't look like that's quite in order, given that everyone's falling down, falling low. Grumpy Milk does find a trade as the computer does invest his ultimate here. Parry with the return kill. Let's see if they can win this one back. Grumpy Milk finds the kill with the Emre, and now it's just Darkspark on the point.
Oh, unfortunately, he's gonna get D-Mech. He's gonna get picked as Phant0mz denies the first point cap. That was a very good effort from Gangsters. You know, despite the fact that Barefoot got picked, unfortunately, midway into that skirmish, it was able to come back, regroup. But unfortunately, Phant0mz, a little bit too much for Gangsters, as we're now going to see them on the offensive, hoping to even this series up. They really just have to push it to the first point. And given the fact that they have 2 minutes and 20 seconds, it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of team comp Gangsters goes with.
That was a very well fought retouch there from the side of Phant0mz. I thought that they were going to hold their ultimates, to be entirely frank, but we did see computer invest the window just to sort of buy his team a bit more time, give them a bit more damage, as we saw Emre manage to come back and find the crucial kills. Well done from the side of Phant0mz. Let's see if they can beat this distance on their offense here.
Yeah, as we see with 15 seconds, we are... Oh, interesting. So we now see Kirsten running the Baptiste, and Chicken is taking over as Ana. as we are seeing the devastating Widow, Hanzo, Baptiste, Zen, and Dominia team comp that we've seen Phant0mz dominate with previous in the game. Grumpy trying to look for maybe
Grumpy
a
looks for an
cheeky
early
little
pick
sneak.
and just goes for the swap and is now on to the Sojourn. Well, I'd say it's a roughly similar thing. Maybe it takes away from the one-shot ability, but a bit more sustained damage into these divas, and you still have the strong alternate fire there on the side of Sojourn to look for a quick kill.
Yeah, we're seeing Jester just take that space, and it looks like Grumpy might be able to get the opportunity to get that quick pick. However, Darkspark's not going to give up that easily, as the point is now rounding the first corner. As he said, these corner fights can be life or death depending on the team comp, but it looks like Chicken is just trying best to hold in there. Unfortunately, Perry, she's looking for her blood as well. Neither team giving up. Perry's going to get picked by Barefoot. 2-0 picks. It's even 2 picks apiece on both sides. Who will be the ones to retreat? Who will be the ones to come forward? It looks like it's going to be close as Jester and Darkspark are dueling it out one-on-one. The tanks is what you love seeing.
Darkspark goes down.
Darkspark's going to get D-Max. Dominion's going to thump. She has been alive. The Harmony Orb doing work as Tony's going to pick up Darkstar.
Oh, and now we see Jester 90% to that ultimate. That might be the one. That might be the thing to seal the deal here.
Yeah, as we see, Jester goes live. Unfortunately, that's going to be not 1 but 2 picks on Jesters. Phant0mz takes game 2 as they even the series. Holy bananas, what an insane delectable display of team comps and ulted again, as Perry this time is gonna pick up the play of the game.
Wow.
Oh, it's
well played there.
Oh my god, 1 flick. What are we gonna see? 1 flick, 2 flicks. Almost.
Where is it? There it is.
With the one that she didn't even see. Holy.
Wow, what a great performance. What a great turnaround there. Evidently they get their map pick. And now we see how we get to see how Gangsters will respond to that. What a great play there from on the side from all team members there from on the side of Phant0mz. I have to again give a special shout out to that heroic shield dancing there from Jester on the Domina, just kind of hiding away from the diva, trying to get the heals back on with a Zen Harmony Orb as he ultimately survives.
Yeah, I don't understand how Jester survived, but that was insane shield dancing. Something to very much be proud of. And I think we're going to see more of that going into the 3rd game of this series. We even have 1 apiece. So we've minimum going to a 4-game bout. This is what you want. This is what you love to see.
Yes, we obviously, everyone wants close games. Everyone wants 5 map bangers. Let's see if we can reach there tonight. As we see, it looks like we're gonna move on to Suravasa. Let's see that Gangsters are electing to go for this sort of open map, open in a different way than Circuit Royale. I'd say this is enabling a Darkspark Wrecking Ball. This is enabling a perhaps we have. We'll see maybe Doomfist on the side of Darkspark. We're just we're gonna see how they choose to or they elect to take the fight here.
Yeah, honestly, I think this has, like I said, this has definitely been a battle of tanks. I think Jester and Dark have been doing tremendous jobs doing what a tank should be doing. They're trying to get in there, they're trying to take space, and they're tanking all that juicy damage. So their team, their DPS is able to survive and dish it out. At the end of the day, though, it's looking like this is gonna be anybody's game, man. It's like we are seeing back and forth, and split-second decisions and insane plays from the DPS, might I add, are just what's determining a lot of these fights. Those picks are just being insane. as I believe we have our bans. Yes, we do. We have our first ban of Game 3, as it will be Gangsters banning
Sorry.
Zarya.
And it looks like it looks like that Phant0mz is responding with a Genji ban. If I'm seeing that right. Yes,
Yes,
I
you
was
are.
going to say that it feels like gangsters are choosing this map to enable, as I said, a Wrecking Ball or Doomfist, and I was about to say Genji, because we saw how good Barefoot's Genji is there, how much his team trusts him on that Genji. So that's what I thought we were going to see, but looks like um, Phant0mz is electing to take that out of the picture for this map, and we'll see how what these teams choose to roll out on.
Yeah, honestly, taking away the Genji is definitely causing some gonna cause some like team comp shifts, as we've seen. You know, Barefoot was loving the Genji the first 2 rounds. However, once again,
All good.
apologies. We just
There's a small hiccup there. Small hiccup with the bands. All good.
It's okay. There we go. We're back. Sorry, apologies, folks. We are back. Apologies for the little blep. But yeah, we're back in it for Game 3. So, Droid, tell me, who do you think has been the most impactful player this entire series thus far?
Ooh. Well, that's a big ask. I instinctively want to say either Kelly or Perry on both teams. They're just both these long-range DPS are finding crucial picks before fights start, or trading them back when fights seem to not go their way. So I must say it's a very difficult game to catch when that happens, as you try to sell a narrative of, you get the pick, they look to engage, but it gets traded right back. So both of these players are making a huge impact on their teams, but it looks like both of these players might not be playing. Oh no, I see. Barefoot is going to go for the Tracer here. Again, still very good in these open points as a great flex support. Flex DPS. And Kelly is going to stay on the Sojourn as Grumpy Mook finds the first pick on I Like Chicken as the Cassidy.
Yeah, and we were just talking about the DPS getting crucial picks before any kind of team fights, any kind of point takes, and you know, I feel like Grumpy might have been listening in on our conversation, because he did exactly that. Almost got both Kirsten and Chicken on that one. I can see a team fight go down. Despite the fact that Phant0mz has already gotten control of the point. However, Kirsten is going to get a pick. Huey's going to get a pick. Spark's going to get a pick. Can they secure the 4th? They are. Huey with a double pick on Computer, and Barefoot the pick on Jester. A nice little team fight, team sweep for Gangsters.
Fast turnaround there. Just to quickly regroup, to quickly take it back with Barefoot on the off angle, pressuring the off angle, and they ultimately collapse to the pressure. Let's see how they choose to engage with this retake here.
Looks like it's gonna be low HP as Jester yet again trying to get in. Will Dark be able to do anything though before Jester's got the heals? He's got the sustain. As Dark Spark's gonna get demaxed. Oh, however, we see Kiwi with the iconic, and time again. Sojourn overclock. Is it gonna be enough? It's not gonna be enough to hold. However, Kiwi's not gonna go down without a fight. We see Grumpy get a pick after picking off Lucio. Computer's gonna get a second pick on Barefoot as well. Oh, and unfortunately, Kiwi
with a 1 pick from a distance there, but ultimately it's not enough there. I think they're okay.
Oh, Darkstar is able to hold the point. However, Phant0mz still has control, so it looks like just trying to stall out. And
that's a rough stagger there.
I think we saw Fat Finger from Jester over here as the remote trial goes live. Maybe 200 IQ play again.
It's a taunt. It's a taunt. It's a taunt. No. I get it.
100%.
Yeah.
Taunted.
I was going to say that we are seeing the Lucio coming to play here for these teams, as surely with the help of Jester's ultimate there, Phant0mz does take away the first point here on Saravasa.
Yeah, Phant0mz going into this in a very, very good position. Not only did they not, they were able to stagger a bit on Gengsters' end, but they have every ult in the book aside from Gestures. As the first ult gonna go live by Computer, Lucio ult on Chicken, he's gonna go live. Kirsten's gonna also pop up. We have 4 support ults gone live already. Both Kitsune's and both, breaking down has already gone down. However, Grabby's gonna pick off Bearfoo. Nobody has control of the point yet, as both teams are contesting hard. Jester's gonna get a pick on Darkside as well, or Dark Spark. Grumpy's gonna get a pick on Chicken as well, and Grumpy's gonna get 3. Grumpy with a triple kill, Jester with a pick, and that is going to be a team kill on the side of Phant0mz as they take control of the point, burning only their support ult while also consuming the support ult on Gangsters.
Yeah, the support ultimates came just a tad after Darkspark got demeched there, so just a bit of unfortunate timing there as Darkspark looks to take this high ground and find Kelly. We see Grumpy Mook looking to trade it back here, and looks like they do.
Oh my goodness. Not only the trade back, but they only used 1 ult that entire exchange. Grumpy, Deadeye is, or High Noon, sorry, is a very powerful ult. He just popped it. And we see Perry, she still has Death Blossom. Jester's gonna also have Ramaltra ult. We're gonna see what Gangsters does in response to this. This is been a very one-sided game thus far, but it's still very entertaining. Neither team is trying to give it up.
Overtime. And we see
Jester with the ult.
Jester with the ultimate. There it goes.
He's gonna opt to pop it. Will it do anything? As Diva is gonna get demeched. Dark's gonna get demeched. 2 huge picks. Jester and Perry, the dynamic duo, as Gangsters will fall down 0-2, and Grumpy picks off the straggler in Chicken.
Wow.
They're in what could be the final point.
Looks like that was a quick and dirty affair there for the side of Phant0mz. Again, there's tackle for tackle. Now Darkspark is moving his way onto the wrecking ball, and we see Perry still holding on to a Reaper ultimate here. Let's see how she chooses to use it. And Computer is looking to charge the Kitsune Rush semi-soon.
Yeah, honestly, the fact that Perry still has ult, Grumpy's about to get his ult again, and Computer has ult. We are going to see an ult fiesta this time as the Kitsune goes live from Computer. And QE gets picked. Grumpy picking off another one. Grumpy's going to get Dark this time. Oh, and Perry, she's gonna get a 3rd pick. Oh, the Wraith gets away, so she escapes with her life.
Yeah.
And
great.
Fortunately.
Yeah, as we said, Computer charges the ultimate there and looks for a fast engage. Computer and Grumpy Mook with the Cassidy ultimate to take space, and they ultimately win the team fight. You see Kirsten now. And I Like Chicken with both support ults. Let's see if they choose to use it on this engagement, as Darkspark does go down early.
Oh, you never want to be, you unfortunately don't want to get picked like that. As, oh my, Kirsten and Kiwi are able to pick off Perry mid. All this very still going on. Bearfoo and Kirsten, it's anybody's game. Jester's still up, Perry's still up, Bearfoo. Oh my goodness, they're coming down to split the second. The blinks are insane from Bear. As we finally see a new pick from Dark this entire match, we see the Malga for the first time this series. As Gangsters takes control, as Phant0mz held them to 89%.
They don't have room for error here.
They do not. However, Gangsters has no ults except for the Pulse Bomb. As Tony's gonna get that. That's a nasty pick.
Great. I think that barring they should look for a total regrouping here. They have Dr. Tony to engage with the beat. Let's see if they recognize that the other team has no support, has no ultimates to work with, as they could. Let's see if they choose to quickly run them down. There it is.
Oh, see the Lucio beat drop goes down. They're trying
And
to push
Darkspark
in. They're
quickly
trying
drops.
to engage. Dark, no, tank, Gangsters. This could be the end. However, oh, Kirsten escapes with her
my
life.
goodness.
The Ramatra ult. However, he's going in. He's going to get QE. He's going to get Kirsten on the
there it is.
unknown. He passed. Perry picks up Chicken.
Wow.
Can Mauga touch? Mauga cannot.
Cannot.
And
Wow.
that will be a 2-1 series lead for Phant0mz. Insane.
Fantastic play there. They recognize what the win condition is. They recognize that they remember that the enemy team doesn't quite have ultimates to work with. They've just done some tank swaps, and they just rip it. The second they look for the second they regroup, they just drop the beat and speed boost straight onto point, and Darkspark can't do much to survive it. And with that, Phant0mz takes that map 3-0 as we move on to our fourth. And unless Gangsters can pull something out of the bag of tricks here, final map.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, this is exciting. This is exactly what we wanted. We wanted these tight, insane games. And yet again, through 3 games, we are seeing that display every single time these guys engage in any form of combat.
Yeah, we're seeing some live adjustments coming out from the side of Gangster there at the end. We maybe see the Mauga. Mauga is, quite frankly, in my opinion, quite strong in this patch. Let's see if they choose to continue running with that. I think they could continue to find success on the D.Va. D.Va is another very strong tank, and Darkspark has shown that he's, very good at that. Very good at that. Can isolate picks. So we'll see how they choose to hit back if they can.
Yeah, honestly, I think we're gonna yet again see a battle of DPS, but this time I think what we should be, noting is the supports. Because I think this game really came down to the support ults. They had the same ult. We had 2 Kitsune Rushes, we had 2 beat drops, and it really came down to which team was able to utilize them more. And unfortunately, it was Phant0mz this game.
Yeah, we saw as previously mentioned, it was that beat that won them that final fight. And yeah, I think bringing the Lucio in here, that speed boost, picking up the pace, that ultimately became a very strong, especially for the Ramatra that Jester seems so fond of, having that speed boost just to take fights faster, especially against something like a D.Va, just to make up that speed is, I think, making a huge difference.
Yeah, it was very interesting for me to see that Dark finally swapped the D.Va pick at the very last points. Opted for the Mauga, which good pick, good into the team comp that Gangsters was playing, but I think it was a little too unimpactful when facing Phant0mz.
Well, by that point, by that point, they're sort of like coming back into it. They don't quite have ultimates to. Yeah, they literally had one team fight on Mauga. So
yeah, and
here we see that we have moved on to the classic King's Row. Let's see, Gangsters are taking us here, and they have looked at the Lucio ban. It seems like as we mentioned, it seems like they've decided that it was they do not want to match with the speed boost comp, and they're electing to move in a separate direction as the side of Phant0mz elects to ban out the D.Va, which we have seen Darkspark perform very well on.
Oh boy, yeah, that D.Va pick, that might be what drives a nail in a coffin here. We've seen, like you just said, we've seen Dark just use that D.Va to open every single game. And, with the D.Va getting taken away, could this be maybe a bit of a push? This is going to be very interesting.
Clearly a targeted ban there, maybe singling out the alpha threat in their opinion, but I think that Darkspark still has many other tricks up his sleeve. We've seen the Reinhardt, we've seen the Wrecking Ball, we've seen other tanks out of him, I think he'll be okay. We'll see. We'll see how both these teams choose to deal with these bans.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see. Ooh, here we go. We're gonna see what tank Dark ends up going and how that will affect the team comps. Let's hope it's a good one.
Yeah, I doubt it's a Reinhardt because again they just banned the Lucio. I think we might see. I'm not even sure. Could we see a Wrecking Ball? Could we see a Winston?
We are gonna see the Wrecking Ball.
Wrecking
it
Ball.
looks like.
Yes, it looks like we got Wrecking Ball, but a similar look from the rest of his team there. We've seen Bearfu on Genji, we've seen Kewi on Sojourn, we've seen these characters before. They're sticking to what was working, and Jester on the side of Phant0mz even more so. They're sticking to their guns here, as we see if Grumpy Mook can look for an opening pick here on the high ground. I'm assuming.
Guaranteed, Grumpy's gonna pop the head off the first person he can. Guaranteed, within 10 seconds. I'm putting it right now.
Okay. Okay.
And my pick.
Darkspark here with an interesting position. Just scouting it out. Grumpy Mook does not find anything and swaps to the Cassidy.
Oh boy, yeah. Interesting space or spot decision for Dark on that. As we're gonna see, you know, QE's already behind in the back getting parry. Jess is gonna get, oh my goodness. That's a trade. Parry's traded for the tank there. You wouldn't be too upset of that if you're a DPS, but ultimately the ball is going to come back rather quickly as a Wrecking Ball. Let's see how Gangsters attempt to go for this retouch. Yeah, honestly, we're seeing Gangsters unfortunately not really being able to do much as Phant0mz pushing in. Bearfu's gonna find Grumpy though, not going out without a fight. Oh, he just missed the door. Bearfu, oh my goodness, unfortunate. Mistime dodge, but at 99.9%. It looks like Dark wants to hold out, almost committing the C9 going in. Not quite. Unfortunately, gonna have to get out of there. And unfortunately, not only gives it the point, but sacrifices his life. I'd say valiant retouch attempt there, not bad. Of course, they managed to get the trades in, but ultimately, just a little bit of unlucky movement, just a little bit of a picks go not quite their way. As Darkspark makes the shift over to the Ramatra. He's matching the Jester on this Ramatra. Can he match with Jester, who has been completely warmed up and performing so well on this character? Yeah, we've seen time and time again. We've seen QE dominate on the Sojourn. We've seen Bearfu dominate on the Genji. However, we've seen equal dominance on Parry and Grumpy Mook. So we're gonna see which DPS, as it looks like we're having a Ramatra mirror match. The Coalescence goes live. The Mizuki ult goes live. The Ramatra ult for Jester goes live. Bearfu's gonna get a pick. Grumpy's gonna get a pick. Who's gonna come out on top? Both Ramatra's out of the fight here. Kelly with the ultimate. Can he find anything? Looks like they're gonna give just a tiny bit of space here, just as they wait. Still making progress. Insane. As Kitsune Rush goes live from Kirsten. And the Grumpy is gonna try and get something with the high noon, but unfortunately nothing. I'd say give this team a little bit of space to work with, just a little bit of waiting time. There's no computer's gonna pop, Bear's gonna pop, the Genji Blade though. Both two pigs on both sides supporting the DPS. Each computer completely shuts down Bearfu on the Blade. And we are yet again at a standstill. One DPS, a tank, and a DPS and a support each. Yep. Looks like Jester is looking for engagement onto the backline here. Very ballsy. He does manage to live for it though. And now the card is almost at the capture point as we look at a rather raw team fight as no ultimates are live for either team. Yeah, but these are the kind of fights that determine true skill. No ult, just pure. You know, Bearfu goes down first and Darkspark is soon to follow. Oh, just get a double pick. Can QE get away? He cannot, and computer as well. Team kill for Phant0mz. Unfortunate.
Wow, after just a small hiccup on second point there on the street space, we're moving on to third point with 4 minutes in the time bank here for Phant0mz. Can the Gangsters stop the gravy train? They do have Darkspark's ultimate to work with, and I Like Chicken's Mizuki ultimate. Let's see if that's enough to do the trick.
Yeah, we're about to see. We have 3 ults on the side of Gangsters. We have the Mizuki, Ramatra, and the overclock from QE. Who's it gonna be? The Mizuki, the chicken ult, Mizuki goes ult, the Coalescence goes live, the Jester ult goes live. Both Ramatra ults are going live. This is insane. This is insanity, folks. QE, unfortunately, gonna get only Dr. Tony, but will it be enough? As we see, Dark is not leaving any room for breathing. The Kitsune rush from computer goes live. QE's unfortunately gonna
does find the pick.
Luke though. Jazz is gonna get QE though. Both a DPS down for each team. Dark is also gonna go down. Chicken's gonna go down. Barefoot's gonna find computer. He's trying to get out with his life. He's got to touch. He's got to touch. He's got to stall. There's 1.65 remaining. He's gonna touch. Is it enough? Parry with the ult. She is gonna get the double kill and secure the point take for Phant0mz.
I mean, I gotta say that Gangsters and these on the side of Gangsters there, they weren't quite able to ever really get a decent stop on the cart. They managed to have an extended sort of team fight, you know, 3v3, kind of playing it slow, playing it back, kind of slowing the cart situation there on second point, but that after everyone got a regroup, they managed to just push right through, and I don't think they managed to properly take the team fight there. Phant0mz with a great performance, and they have a handsome time bank to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 325 is a fantastic amount of time to have. Especially when you're on a defense and you just got to try and stall. This time on the side of Gangsters on the offense now, we're seeing Kirsten and Chicken repeat the Mizuki and Kiriko picks. However, now the DPS and tank are completely different. Dark is opting now for the Mauga, Kiwi the Freya, and Barefu the Emre.
I do think that they should give this Mauga pick a decent shot. Mauga's very potent into this Ramatra, which is kind of almost the only look we've seen from Gestures today. So I do think that this is totally a worthy experiment to see if the Mauga is going to do the trick. Although Darkspark does swap off of the Mauga, he does elect to match Jester on the Ramatra to see if he has better luck on this offense.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's more of a comfort thing. You know, we haven't seen Dark has not seen much success with the times he's played Mauga. So maybe he's trying to see the mirror matchup. We're gonna see Jester is super low, able to get healed back up. However, Dark's gonna draw first blood on Grumpy. That's gonna put Phant0mz in a bit of an awkward position. As oh no, the collapse, the destruction. Tony's gonna get chicken. Kiwi's gonna get parry.
This is still kind of a mercy by Jester. Does find one.
Gonna get Kirsten though. However, oh, as Gangsters is down both supports and tank, that's a triple kill from Jester.
Oh, Kelly does find one.
Computer's gonna find down. Kiwi. What a fantastic stand.
The presence of mind to, you know, keep the fight going, not to give up. I'm
Grumpy getting his revenge.
Sorely impressed there. They managed to, again, some shield dancing heroics from Jester. Manages to keep the fight going, and they have a chance to defend here. Grumpy Mook is kind of caught in a forward position here, and he does drop. They do have Moira ultimate to maybe fight back.
The Coalescence is gone live.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's not going to do much. Huey's going to get computer. And I think that's going to be a lost team fight for Phant0mz. It looks like Jester, yeah, even without the picks. Oh, QE going to pick off Jester as a stagger. And that is going to be Gangsters just successfully getting the first point with 440 to work to get to that first point. Tony makes it out with his life.
Tony with literally 1 HP there. Manages to get out as they look to regroup and hold the corner here.
Yeah, we're about to see ult fight central. We have 4 ults on the side of Gangsters. We have 3 ults on the side of Phant0mz. Question is, which ults will prevail and which ones will allow for the continuance? Will it be the continuing dominance of Gangsters, or will it be the Stonewall Fortress? of thing as we see the Kitsune Rush goes live for QB. Jester's gonna go live.
Kitsune Rush. That's two support ults for one.
Oh, the Emre.
That's...
Goodness.
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't even know how to call that. Well, they use 4 ultimates there. Gangster used 4 ultimates and win the team fight. Shock horror.
Yeah, we saw Kitsunes on both sides. We saw Ramatra ults on both sides. We saw DPS on both sides. We saw Grumpy with the High Noon. We saw Bearfu with the Emre ult.
Yep. I think they invest heavy to try and keep this ball rolling. And now Dr. Tony gets to invest his coalescence here to try and push back and try to maybe stop the momentum here.
Will it be enough? Tony, it looks like he's trying his best. Perry is going to get dark, unfortunately, unbeknownst to the existence of a Reaper. Oh my goodness. The overextension from Perry is crazy. She is going nuts. She's going to escape with her life. Jester's going to play around the corner. We're going to see what's going to come out of this as we see Perry's got Death Blossom, but Bearfu also has Emre ult again. Oh, as Perry's going to get dark.
Great.
And Bearfu unfortunately shuts down Perry.
You take that trade. You take that trade.
You do. Tank for a DPS is a very worth trade. We see QE try to have any impact with the Freya before she gets her ult. Cannot quite find anything, but we do have oh my goodness, Rumpy's gonna pick off Chicken, which is gonna cause a bit of a delay in the push for Gangsters.
They just need to look for us. They just need to look for a regroup here, I think.
We have all 4 support ults and a DPS ult about to go live this fight. We're gonna see ult central again as Tony's just sitting there, left clicking, or right clicking, sorry. As we see Jester's gonna pop ult, get the last perk as well. Will it be enough with the Kitsune Rush? The hold, Grumpy's gonna pick off Chicken despite the music ult. Barry's gonna pick off Dark. G has done a phenomenal job picking off the tanks. It's exactly what you want to see what your Reaper doing. Oh my god, but she's overextended, but she's still going crazy. Perry, the Mizuki, look!
Oh my goodness.
Worth trade.
Darkspark does look for trade. Jester does trade it right back and is now running back to his team and is setting up for another corner hold. Kirsten here with a potentially unmatched Kitsune Rush here available to the Gangsters, which will maybe promptly responded to with Dr. Tony's ultimate. We'll see how this support fight will go.
Yeah, honestly, this is
Dr. Tony rips it first, and Kirsten's
gonna go down
right back.
with the Kitsune. Will it be enough? Tony, low HP. He's gonna phase out. However, it's not gonna be enough. Chicken's gonna find Jester. Jester's gonna find Bearfu. The Grumpy Nuke is gonna pop the overclock. Can he do anything? The Ramatra ult from Dark Side is still gone live. It's gonna prevent any kind of close engage. Perry trying her best to just stay in there. Gets out alive. 1 minute left.
Ooh, I think that Phant0mz does have a rough fight cut out for them here. They're going to be fighting a support ult and a ult from the sky from Bearfu. Let's see if they manage to respond to it. Bearfu's ripping it early. Let's see if he finds an early pick with it.
Can he find Jester? He's not going to be able to find Jester. He's going to get cancelled out of the sky from Perry. The ultimate shutdown. The Mitsuki ult from Chicken is too late. Perry's going to find 2. Dr. Tony's going to find 1. Oh my goodness. Grumpy Moo come in. The Death Blossom ready. Oh my goodness. A complete and utter surprise Team Ace swap. Grumpy picks up Bearfu. Oh my goodness. With 10 seconds left.
Did he touch? Is Darkspark going ball?
Chicken's
going cat. Chicken's going cat. That's the touch.
Is it going to touch in time?
Touch early.
Oh, the touch is there in time. They're just trying to hold. They're trying to kill. Oh no!
Oh, Perry just die with the ultimate. Oh, Chicken with the cat.
Oh my goodness, Chicken with the cat. However, Jester's gonna come in, shut down both supports, and shut down Bearfu. I think that's gonna be it. Not yet. Oh, Perry popping a Death Blossom. I think Jester yet again. Kiwi picking up Kiwi. Can we get a 5th pick? Jester is going for a fucking penta. That's gonna be the penta. That's gonna be the game in the series. What an insane take, ult, play, and hold by Jester to secure the series victory.
That is a cinematic 3-1 victory on the side of Phant0mz there. congratulations to Phant0mz for that very hard-fought win, and congratulations and condolences to Gengsters as they move on to the losers bracket.
Yeah, honestly, I think regardless, this was a fantastic series. Even though it didn't go to 5, we definitely saw a very competitive series.
Oh,
Regardless if there
absolutely.
was a 3-1, both teams did not want to give this up. Like you said, this is the semis, the best of 5. These are the top 2 teams, like we said when we
Yeah.
started. Like, this was not going to be a light, easy series. This is going to be insanely cool.
I mean, if you are the Gangsters, I think a takeaway from this is that you can't hang with them. This is not, this is a team that was now safely into the grand finals, and now as they move down to the losers bracket, they're going to fight for the chance to fight them again.
Yeah, we could see that.
They have had 4 close maps of practice against this team. They're gonna go away. They're gonna see if they can regroup, build their ego back up, try to win that series in the loser bracket, and come back to ultimately take the victory in this intramurals.
Yeah, honestly, I think we had a absolutely astounding series and a fantastic, semifinals. But on that count, before we end off this amazing stream, we have a word from our sponsors. This stream was brought to you by BMO. To help you focus on what's important, BMO has checking and savings accounts, credit cards, and borrowing options specifically designed for students. Open a BMO student account and get up to $950 in value, including $175 cash with BMO's current student offers. Visit bmo.com/students for details. BMO Next Level is a first of its kind program dedicated to helping gamers level up in game and IRL. Run by Sean Frame, BMO's gaming relations specialist, Sean brings a commitment to helping viewers achieve their financial goals and has a passion for gaming as an active member of the gaming community.
All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us here tonight. We hope you enjoyed this, in my opinion, banger of a series, as I hope you're looking forward to finding out how the rest of this intramural season will go. I've been Android. I've been joined here by Fresh.
Yo.
And we'll see you next time.
Have a good night, everyone.